Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Central Sports Pod. Today, we have a very special guest, UCLA softball recruit, Kiya James.
Hi.
All right, start off, got a question, okay? Is it really that hard to become a D1 softball recruit?
I mean, I would say it's pretty difficult. I think softball's a difficult sport. I mean, opinions?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I've never played softball.
I've never
Baseball?
played
Never played baseball.
Yeah.
I've played baseball.
I mean, you're swinging a bat at like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be pretty hard.
but
you're just like swinging a bat.
especially like being from Iowa, like we're the only state that plays high school ball in the summer. So like it's a lot of travel if you're playing for a club team, which is like, I don't know, it makes it difficult like money wise too, I feel like.
Where do other like states play it? Like when do they play it?
Their
Spring?
high schools, like
Yeah.
high school season.
Yeah.
They're either fall or spring. I know
Okay.
like Oklahoma's in the fall, but like Wisconsin and stuff, that's like spring. And then they're like, the summer is just travel ball for their players. So like they can do both. But in Iowa, you have to pick one or the other.
Which did you pick?
Travel ball. I have not played a single game for East yet, so which I don't think will change this year.
You gotta improve those stats, Kiya. Come on.
I mean, yeah, my stats are rough. My stats are not good right now, but you know.
What do you attest to your career of softball? Like what do you like focus on when you play softball?
I mean, I will say like I'm a woman of God, which I think like really shows when I play sports because it's kind of like my motivation, and also like just like my dad and my brothers have been athletes, and like that's what I grew up with my whole life. So I kind of try and like follow in their footsteps in that way.
Yeah, I think we're all pretty big fans of Carlos the Assassin James here. I mean,
Right.
his play in the Holiday Bowl against BYU, I mean, that's just a legendary play.
What a guy.
I mean, we might insert a clip right here.
Play action. Rolling left. He fires. It's tipped and intercepted. Carlos James.
And then kind of going on, why did you choose to play softball over baseball? Because baseball is like the more popular sport.
Yeah.
Well, actually, when I grew up, I played a like a co-ed like t-ball league or whatever, but I don't know. I just stuck with softball.
So like baseball is the more popular sport. Like what? Like you just wanted to be like special or something like that?
Softball's harder. So
Could you elaborate on that?
I mean, also I think baseball's pretty boring. I will say, like, sorry, but it's just like very long and extended. In like softball, like the bases, it's shorter, so it's quicker. Like everything's faster in softball, less boring.
I don't know a lot about softball or baseball, so how are they different? Like except like the ball is bigger, obviously.
And different color ball. I know
Different
that.
color, yeah.
The fields are deeper for baseball, and like the fences.
Yeah, so it's like easier to hit a home run in softball.
But what with the ball?
But the ball is bigger.
The ball's harder to hit.
Physics, right?
Yeah, physics.
And then infield for baseball is grass, and then like the baselines are dirt. Softball, the whole infield's dirt. Trying to think what other difference. Like bats, I don't know the rules in baseball, but like some leagues you can use wood bats, some leagues you can aluminum. Softball.
I know
is
high school is aluminum.
Yeah,
for boys.
I hate the sound. Like hearing high school players practice.
It's like a ping.
Yeah, I don't. like
It's satisfying to me. I don't know.
Softball sounds better. Trust.
Like what is the difference in like the sound? Like
It's just crisp.
oh, it's more
like
grow.
nice.
Yeah. Kind of like, could you kind of walk us through your like process, kind of committing to UCLA and like maybe like your
Like-
recruitment process?
What other like schools
Yeah, what other
offered you and
schools?
stuff?
Yeah. Do you want me to start from like just like
Start from day one.
This
Yeah.
part,
day
yeah.
one? Okay, I'll start when I was like 12, I joined this travel club, and they put you on like really big stages, and like we go to Colorado and we have this like combine or whatever, and it's in front of like 50 to 100 coaches, and you kind of just coaches look and see like obviously at how you play, like your skills, but like when you're in this club, they kind of already know that you like have the skills. So my biggest thing was like my communication on the field and like my role as like a leader on the team. And
Or were you not a leader? Is that what you put in your?
no, but like I mean, I've always been like younger on the team, but
Okay,
I've
yeah.
still been like considered a leader, I would say.
Mhm.
And then basically, I'm trying to think. In 2023, our club director got a text from the coaches at UCLA, and it was just like, can you send out your top girls in like the class of 26, 27? And this is when 25s were being recruited too. So me and one of my teammates, she was older, we went out to this camp before nationals, and like it went well. I really liked Coach Lisa and Coach I, and at this point we couldn't like talk to them outside of like camps and stuff, so it was kind of just like they showed up and watched some of the games after that. And then the next year I went back out for a camp, and there was like nothing going on. I just went out for a camp, and then when it came September 1st, like at midnight, I got a text from Coach I, and it was just like they wanted to get me out for a visit, and so I had my visit and got offered on the visit, and I didn't commit on my visit. Actually, I waited till I got back home, got to think about it for a day, because at the time I had offer from Iowa State and Indiana, and those were the only other visits I had taken at the time. But when I got back home, I like thought about it and committed.
Yeah, kind of like, what do you think that you're going to bring to the UCLA softball team? I know they've had like a bit of a rocky start to the season, but what do you think like you can do to help them progress these next 4 years?
We had one rough game that was pretty. After that, we're looking pretty good.
Okay.
We're like number 2 in home runs right now. You know, Megan Grant doing her thing. But yeah, Megan Grant and Jordan Woolery are 2 big players right now, and they're both seniors. So I'm just hoping that like, obviously whatever happens, but I'm hoping that I can step in and fill a role. And I mean, my positions are first base and outfield, so it's whatever they decide. But, you know, I don't know, hoping that I can bring my bat. And
Do you have a certain position you want to play?
I mean, I like first base better, but I kind of think they want to put me in the outfield. I don't know. And also, like, on my, like, when I signed and they posted it, it said utility, so, like, who knows? Next shortstop.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that's not happening, but.
Just for people watching at home, what's your batting average?
We're not. Well, I was hurt during the fall season, so my batting average would have been from, like, last summer, which I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's not that great.
I mean, when I played baseball for 2 years, I think I hit the ball once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I scored though.
Hard sport.
A single, and I made it all around. Pretty good.
Is it home run?
No, just made it to first base, just barely.
Was ground ball.
I think it was a little bunt. Or not like a bunt, like it like barely went anywhere.
It was like a bunt.
Full swing bunt.
Yeah, full swing bunt.
If you had a sport other than softball that you would do in college, what do you think it would be?
I would say I would run track, which I think would be like really difficult.
Have you ever ran a mile before?
No, I have not ran a mile.
Like you've never just like
What's
ran
your
a mile?
40?
My 40? I don't know my 40 meters. No, I've never ran a mile before.
You've never like ran a consistent mile. You've only run less than that.
Yes.
Just clarify.
The furthest I've ever ran is a 400 in a meet, to be honest. But I'm a jumper, you know. I would jump in college.
Yeah.
But
What's your high jump?
long jump.
Oh,
Oh.
let's go.
18.6. No.
I believe you went to state, right?
Yes, and I saw that state, but you know.
Hey, you
it's-
got
you
there.
made it.
All right. Kind of like moving on. How I know that both your dad and your brother both played collegiate sports. How have they kind of helped to like guide you through this process, and how has like coming from a family which has had success in collegiate sports like helped you?
Yeah, so having my dad like be a previous, like he was an athlete in the past, he's coached me since I was little actually, which is like an interesting dynamic, especially once you get to a high level, because like, of course, when you're like at a certain age, people are like, well, maybe it's just daddy ball, like maybe she's not that good. But like once you get to a certain point, it's kind of like, I mean, he's my dad, but on the field, like that's my coach. And so he's like helped me in that way. And then both my brothers went to UNI for football. My oldest brother, he like suffered a like pretty bad injury. He tried to come back from it and it was a little rough. So like he helps me a lot on that like mental side of the sport because he's been through a lot. And my middle brother, me and him are like very similar, especially in our faith and like just how we like approach the game. So he's talked to me about that. And he also really liked baseball in high school, but pursued football as his like collegiate stuff.
So would you call yourself like you've like benefited from like the nepotism of like having a successful family?
You know, I mean, I guess, yeah. And then
That's all. I
yeah,
wanted to know.
okay. Yeah, well,
All right,
okay.
I know you're a big Patriots fan. I've heard.
Right.
Could you elaborate why you are a Patriots fan?
Well, I'm just a competitive person, you know. When I picked my team when I was little, they were the best. Like, you go Tom Brady.
So maybe a little bit of bandwagon.
We don't care. It doesn't matter. I was like 8 years old. When were they good? Like,
When you're around 8
When
years
you
old.
were-
Like your whole life.
no,
They're still good now.
We had a little,
They were good when you were born. They're still good now.
They had those couple down years, but
Yeah.
still.
yeah. That's when I stopped watching.
So you only came back when they were good?
Well, yeah. Except I didn't watch the whole season. I didn't know we were good till we made it to the Super Bowl. But then we sold, so like maybe I'm the issue. Like,
Yes, like you have to be aware of you guys being good to be good.
yeah. But then I can't watch because I watched the Super Bowl and we did not do good.
Are you a Seahawks fan now?
No, my mom is. Okay.
Yeah, I love your
here's
mom. Love Seahawks.
the dynamic of my family. My dad's a Bears fan. My mom's a Seahawks fan. My oldest brother, big time Eagles fan. Like, he don't play. My middle brother, so he used to be a Broncos fan, and then when he was like going through the process of like trying to go to the NFL, he was like, I don't got a team. And then all of a sudden he wanted to be a Chiefs fan. With
So kind of like the bandwagon that you did, yeah.
yeah. See, I said we're similar, so.
So on this podcast, we love hot takes. Do you have any just like crazy hot takes for us? It primarily sports, but if you have any others, just spit them out and we'll listen.
I don't. You guys give one first that I can like go off.
Brant, do you have a good hot take?
Hot take, there is 3 better colleges than UCLA in California.
It's a no.
Yeah,
That's not even
yeah,
like
I agree.
Nice
I mean,
take.
it's a solid take.
right. At what sports? Just in general?
Name them.
Stanford is a better
Stanford.
school.
USC.
USB,
Caltech.
UCSB is very nice.
Caltech.
That okay. It doesn't matter.
You know, like, 'cause
University.
UCLA,
in
Cal.
softball, you want me to go in the history of UCLA?
whatever you want.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Because they got like the best history there is in softball. Like that was one of the big decisions. Like, I don't know, seeing the past, just want to follow in people's footsteps. But like, that's like low-key crazy to say.
I mean, like as a school, no, I don't think that's crazy to say.
I don't. We got #1 dining hall. Like,
Yep, dining hall matters.
it does.
What
It
is
does,
the
it
dining hall
actually is.
ranked on?
I don't know. I just know we have the best one.
Hey, maybe next year you can come back and give us an in-depth analysis of the dining hall.
I will. Maybe I'll even bring some.
Do they have an ice cream machine though?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I think they do actually. Yes.
Pretty
they
sure
do.
like all dining halls have ice cream machines. Most of them do.
Most.
At big colleges.
We got like every cuisine in there.
Do you have any questions for us?
Why'd you start the podcast?
Well, we started the podcast because we looked at the podcasting space and we said, there needs to be more representation
Of what?
of teenagers. in the podcasting space. In Iowa. There's no central Iowa sports podcast, and we needed to
Gotta
do
go
that. So
first. Yeah.
thank you very much for your time, Kai. It's been lovely to
course.
have you on. And I think we're going to move back to the normal podcast. All right.
We're
Thank
rooting
you.
for you at UCLA.
Tuesdays from 12:25 to 1:10. We have a radio show.
It's on our
Links
link
in our
tree.
bio. It's great. You should definitely check it out. Back to the topic.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's as much to say as there is. I mean, that was like a week ago now.
Yeah,
So.
But
lots
I
of
think
other
that-
big
that was-
games have happened.
But I think if we're looking at Houston, that is kind of the start. They're like kind of decline these last few games where
I
they've
mean,
lost.
not really a decline.
mean,
they're playing
But they've
some of the best
they've
teams
lost
No,
3 games in a row.
not
nation.
decline, but maybe like a loss in trust.
Yeah.
As, I mean, the big thing, with all college teams is, obviously you can beat up on like the mid teams that are like they might be able to get to like round of 16, but it's once you're like these teams have a real shot at making Final Four, making the championship, winning it. Like that's when it's like if you can't beat one out of these 3 teams that all have a great shot, I mean, what are your odds?
I mean,
right?
they still have a really good shot. The Big 12 is
But, like-
probably the best conference right now.
I mean,
Or
I'm
one of the best.
But I
and
feel like-
Houston is obviously still a very good team. They've just had you go on the road to Kansas with Bill Self, who's never lost a big Monday game. Go into Hilton, and you play Arizona, which are 3 very good teams. I don't think it's really that much of a decline.
I will agree as a Big Ten enjoyer that I think the Big 12 is the best conference in basketball.
But can we
right
just
now.
say there were 3 tough opponents? Yeah, but if you're playing 3 tough opponents and you're supposed to be a competitive and good team, you should be able to at least make some of those games closer. 'Cause at least the
I mean-
Kansas
Oh,
one
they
wasn't
all
very
were.
close.
They
Kansas
were all
won the
pretty
Big 10.
close.
They were all close. I mean,
I think I'm more
just-
focused on Kansas.
I've
for
been
them,
in
but-
on Houston all year. I said it a couple weeks ago about how they were my pick to win it, and I mean I'm out on them. I mean, if they can't win one out of these 3 games, how can we expect them to now come in and win 8 games in a row and beat really good teams in the championship rounds? I do not trust them, and I'm out on them.
Yeah, I think that at this end of the regular season's coming to an end soon, and I don't think we can really judge all these teams off of regular season. Obviously, we can, but I think the biggest way we can really get a glimpse of what these teams are going to
conference
look like
tournament.
in March Madness are the conference tournaments, because that's what matters. That's how teams get into the March Madness tournament in the first place most of the time, because it opens it up so much. If you're a really bad team and you only had 10 wins, if you win your conference tournament, you still make it to March Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the conference tournament, it's going to be telling, but obviously it's not going to tell the whole story, and I do believe that the conference tournament is going to kind of determine a lot of brackets, but I still, no matter what happens, I guess, I don't trust Houston unless maybe if they actually won the Big 12.
So
Do you trust Kansas if they weren't to win the Big 12? Do you trust Iowa State if they weren't to win the Big 12?
What about BYU even?
I mean, I would trust Iowa State. I would trust Kansas because they both have won. They both have won against good teams. So I'm just talking about Houston.
But so as
What about
Houston.
Darren Peterson if he ends up having his cramping issues like always? Do you still trust Kansas?
Well, that's another issue. I mean, I haven't been the biggest Kansas guy this year. Ted obviously has not been the biggest Kansas guy this year, but I don't trust Kansas. My pick to win this year, I'm going Arizona.
So you're switching up on the Houston.
What about
Cougars
Arizona
now?
losing to Texas Tech though and losing a couple of their big games?
I mean, everybody loses games, so I'm just looking.
Yeah,
at Houston
exactly.
winning.
So you're going against
Houston lost
what you said
3
with
in a row.
Houston.
Houston lost.
I mean, 3 in a row is like not a good.
Yeah,
You have
not
3
good. But you
chances.
look at the teams they played in Arizona, Kansas, and Iowa State. I mean, those are 3 very good teams. So.
Here's what I got to say.
And Houston's a very good team.
Houston's a
Yeah.
good team. They should win at least one.
Here's what I got to say. Any team can win the March Madness tournament this year. It's not, a select group of 10 teams who can win it. I think everyone, at least 32 of the teams in the tournament, all have a decent shot of making it pretty far. And a lot of those teams come from the Big 10, Big 12, as well as the SEC. But who do you guys think is going to win the tournament this year? Obviously, Sam just said he's more of an Arizona guy from now on. But what do you guys
I think I got to go Duke.
You got to go Duke?
I mean,
I
they-
think that
they
Cam
look
Boozer
great.
is one of the most talented players we have seen in college in a while, but people don't really give him that respect because he doesn't have the media coverage like Cooper Flagg
I just
did.
don't think his game will translate to the NBA, and that's
Well,
the reason.
we're not
But-
talking
but
about
we're not
NBA
talking
right
about
now.
the
Let's
Yeah,
keep
I
it
know.
really
I'm
college.
just saying.
And if you really, really do want to look back at last season with what Cooper Flagg was doing, Cam Boozer statistically is having a better season than Cooper Flagg right now.
Yeah.
And that's where it makes me think, why is this guy projected to go third and not second or first in a lot of bracket or in a lot of NBA draft mock drafts?
And I mean, that's a big thing about like how like media coverage can completely shift the trajectory of someone's career. I mean, really, like if Cameron Boozer was like as hyped as Cooper Flagg, he could easily be going number 1 and getting that first overall pick paycheck.
It's whatever ESPN wants to market someone as. Obviously, right now, Darren Peterson is kind of being looked at as that guy who's going to sit out of big games. And surprisingly, it's not really tanking his draft stock at all. I still see most NBA mock drafts having him at the 1, but I think Cam Boozer and AJ DeBansta are both way better draft prospects.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if we look at like how the media's influenced the draft, I mean, look a few years back, James Wiseman at the 2 pick. I mean, obviously that was a failure. I think it's really telling that like maybe go more in gut based on media coverage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
mean-
think this is, sometimes maybe the lottery is obviously going to get you a decent player most of the times, but you can really, really change your, franchise by trying to get a good pick in those later rounds that maybe isn't as hyped up. And I saw something today. Well, I guess this is kind of different from what I was just talking about, but I want to move into this subject more, is how Euro players are such,
Yeah.
they take up a lot of the draft now.
They're kind of wild cards.
But
They take
like
up a lot of the
2 years
draft.
ago, the guy to the Hawks, like
Zachary
Zach-
Reese.
And that's what I'm
Exactly.
trying to say.
Yeah,
That's
like-
what I'm trying to say right here is that these guys get too many chances. And you could also look at Killian Hayes. He's
Yeah.
back in the league on a 10-day for the Kings. He's, a Frenchman,
and
obviously.
he played terrible.
He played terrible. If
4 assists,
someone,
5 fouls.
say if an American, someone who was always in the spotlight, they might not get those opportunities. I know a lot of guys go to the G League, but then some of the Euro players, can go back to Europe and then earn their way back into the NBA. But I bet you that at the 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe even the 5th pick, there will be some sort of unknown Euro player no one has ever heard of that someone will choose, and they will stick with him for 8 years, and he will be not good at all. I saw that today on TikTok. I agree.
I want to say, I think a lot of this whole thing with the draft depends on what a team wants. If a team wants a guy like Darren Peterson, who kind of has a low floor because of all the questions and the injuries, but he has the highest ceiling. If they want to take that gamble and take him, that's fine and they can do that. But a guy like H.A. DeBansta might have a higher floor but less high of a ceiling.
But now my question for that is this the draft that you want to take a risk on? I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
There's so many
You
proven
can
guys
easily move back and look 4 picks behind if you want to find a point guard like Darius Akov Jr., someone like that. He's going to be a stud. Yeah. I guarantee it to you. He might not go top 5, but he might be better than 3 of those guys in the top 5 in 8 years. That's all I'm saying.
Ethan, who do you think is going to win March Madness?
I do think that it's kind of, in the air right now. I don't really think you can ever finalize it this far in advance. I want to see what happens more in conference play. But right now, I think my heavy favorite is Illinois.
I like Illinois.
Yeah.
I think they've got a big upside.
I think
have
they're
a
good.
chance, yeah.
My only issue is when we have seen Keaton Wagler underperform. That's what raises some concerns for me. Obviously, he's a really good player. I think he should be top 6 in the NBA draft. I really hope he goes top 6. But a team led by so many young players like Illinois obviously can produce a lot of scoring. But I think that in these, tough situations when they're going against an SEC team, they're running down the court fast. It's going to be a fast-paced game. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, younger teams, like you mentioned, Illinois, they do, they can struggle because they're not ready for, regular season. They're playing their hardest the whole time. Then all of a sudden, a lot of teams who maybe have that extra bit of experience, all of a sudden they're stepping it up. In Illinois, they could be left in the dust, But
yeah, I mean, my 3 favorite players on Illinois is Keaton Wagler, David Mirkovic, as well as Peja Stojakovic. And I do think those 3 guys are good leaders for how young they are. I know David put up 20 and 20 earlier this season, so I think if he can really get the boards in March, it can make a huge difference because who's their center again? The Slavic, one of the Slavic guys.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, he's tall, but I think I've seen some issues with him when it comes to, perimeter defense and stuff like that because if you have to resort to playing help defense, it might leave open some 3-point shots, which is obviously going to change a game if they can consistently hit those.
Mm-hmm.
Brant, who do you think, finally? Who do you think is
Obviously, I want to say Iowa State, and I think they have a very good shot, but I've got to go with Michigan. Even though they lost to Duke the other day, I still think they have the most upside, and they're kind of a little bit of an older team with Elliot Cadeau and Yaxel Lindeberg and even Adi Mara. I think that they just have the best shot.
Is Cadeau a junior?
Yeah, but, I mean, he's had tournament experience.
Call me crazy.
He went to UNC.
Yeah.
I see Michigan being a team kind of almost like Duke last year, super hyped up. Maybe they go to Elite 8 or Final 4 and they just fail.
I was going to say, I thought that Michigan was the safest bet because I feel like they've got the highest chance to make the Final 4, in my opinion. And so based off what we've seen from them this year, I believe that they have that the safest bet, but I don't know if they're going to win it because there are tons of teams that are just lining up that are just so ready to go that they might be able to take out Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I just think that they've looked the most consistent all year round.
And if we're looking at teams that might fail in March, my first thoughts in my head go to Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
I think that obviously they have some of the most experience in this entire tournament.
Yeah, they're
but they've shown themselves in the past couple of years that they have, they are capable of losing to some of the
or even
teams.
this year showing that they just don't perform the best when the nerves are on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's been a great episode. We had a little interview the first half, college basketball second half. I just want to say, if you have anybody else we think we should have on, drop them down in the comments. Listen to our radio show every Tuesday from 12:25 to 1:10. And see ya.
Follow the IG. Peace.